Hello all, and welcome back to another summary for our Metal in the Streets, 8 Blades in the Dark campaign. So, for being almost an entire episode of downtime and free play gathering information, a lot happened. So, bear with me. The Stormline Thrower has been complete. A powerful storm crystal was fashioned and attached to the line thrower, created an excellent weapon that works against almost all ghosts, being incredibly lethal to them, highly effective. It can still cause injury to people and help people get around, but its main focus is to harm ghosts and movement. With that, Alia's mushroom infestation appeared to be gone, at least at first, and the crew had a lot of things to start unraveling. Looking at the coming problems and issues they've been dealing with, the crew set to work trying to make things right, or at least figure out what was going on. So I will try and go over everything that happened. First of all, Fontaine went to Esma's bar, trying to gather some information. There, he was able to learn a little bit, and Esma was thankful up until she seen the newspaper. The newspaper showing, this newspaper is going to come up a lot, showing both News and Needle laughing on a rooftop in an article showcasing pictures slaughtering the Sisters of the Blade and Spirit Wardens alike. She was thankful to Fontaine for getting away from the demon, but questioned if the crew had control of them like the story had said. Fontaine had been very clear that it did not. And as he was trying to get some information, he met another woman capable of giving such information. She explained what the Spirit Wardens were looking after, the book, Needle's book. And as he started to realize he was in a bit of trouble, she handed him an envelope asking if he would deliver it to Needle. He gave a promise and magic sealed the deal, leaving even more concerns. Quellen then did say that this letter would hurt Needle in a profound way. Meanwhile, speaking of Needle, he went to the Duchess after discovering his assassins had failed to kill the Scoveland druids. Duchess was not too pleased to see him, explaining that she did not know his intention was to go after anyone who wasn't a nobody. Needle informed her that these were nobodies, and she corrected him, saying, "Not at all. Anyone who could slay those assassins without much of a sweat were not ordinary people." So Needle came up with a new plan. He needed something done. He needed something from them that he could work with. Reluctantly, he convinced the Duchess to give him a hand, and they summoned forth a hellhound, a creature of darkness and danger, and she left him with a single instruction not to invite this creature to stay on this plane. There was laughs and jokes, but she was serious. And with that, Needle returned, eventually getting the letter, becoming exposed, being sealed away from the darkness in his scrambles. Eventually, he went to Lord Skurlock, who was unhelpful, then was dragged back, eventually Talia being possessed and forcibly infusing him with some of the energy started to disrupt the spell, but it isn't gone yet. Demons will still see him marked by the stars. Meanwhile, Dart made his way to his cult to recruit the ideal mystic to present this book. But before that, he had accompanied another News into Crowsfoot to try and find Bazo and his interests. They found a bar that they frequent known as the Black Goat, I believe. Yes. Their News annoyed the bartender a little, but they politely listened to his story, and Dart almost got caught encountering the older man Bazo before using his supernatural speed to escape. Meanwhile, Daedalus made his way to his friend, looking for what could make this red glow fish dye, that Stasi was interested. It was there they discussed that finding the ingredients. He did have a recipe for the simple extract to make the initial version, warning that it was poisonous. The hardest thing to get was lunar liquid, which was not a unplentiful material, but was something that had to be imported and was incredibly tariffed. Now, Jewel did not know how to make such things, so that was not the in question. With that, Lillian made their way back to the crew and came up with other plans, finding other things to dive into search, looking into this book, as well as going with Fontaine to a contact. Lester, the group's fence, to hopefully find something. Lester said that, there were different groups to interact with, and he gave some suggestions. They suggested sending invites out to the more nobility who might find this thing interesting. And the group went to secure, through the Foundation, a location for this all to happen. With that, we did news, Needle, Dart and his cult. I believe we covered almost everyone's information gathered. Coming back together, the group discussed in length what to do. Eventually, the location in Brightstone, this was going to be a social event, an auction, as it were, to get rid of this demon book before the Spirit Wardens find out, as one of the Spirit Wardens had already been executed due to the debacle of trying to find this book, the Unleashing Ghosts in Brightstone, and the whole Fumes incident. People connected to this are Lester, the Foundation, Madame Sinclair, Lord Scurlock of the Dark Torches, and a group of nobles have all been given invitation to this auction. The crew itself is only selling this single book, so hopefully this will end well. And with that, we'll be opening this up at the job in a risky situation. I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and I'll see you at the table. Bye for now.